Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Thursday, July 22nd, 2010. Well, folks, the markets are ripping up today after a massive late day reversal yesterday. We continue to see this whipsaw type movement this week. It has been a week for the ages in regards to reversals. The Dow is up 233 points today, NASDAQ up 59, and the S&P 500 up 27. Basically 2.5% gains in the market. And again, as I said before, this is coming on the reversal from yesterday. Take a look at yesterday. We gapped higher, sold off to the flat line, chopped around, and then all of a sudden Ben Bernanke's comments came out, and the markets just sold off very, very sharply on those comments. We saw the markets collapsing down into the close, closing negative, down over 100 points on the indexes. Today, all is forgotten. The markets are ripping up. We had some good news out of Europe overnight on factory orders, and that was a very, very positive thing because what it does is strengthen the euro and weaken the dollar. And if we take a look at the dollar quickly here, you can see the dollar is lower by 21 cents on the day. Look at this gap down, push down, and trading choppy sideways on the dollar. Notice how, again, the gap down created means that the market's gapped up today. Then you had the initial fall on the dollar for the first hour of trading. What did the SPY do? Take a look. The SPY ripped higher for the first hour of trading. Then after that, the markets went sideways for the rest of the day. That's where we currently are sitting. What did the dollar do? If we flip back to the UUP, you can see the dollar went just sideways for the next couple hours into the time frame that we are in now. So you can see the markets again are going the opposite way of the dollar today. The FXE, the euro, look at this gain on the euro today, a sizable gain. It's basically the opposite chart than the dollar. And again, that is the key today, folks, is that you have some good news out of Europe. That is a positive for Europe. That weakens the dollar. A weaker dollar means a good United States market pattern, and again, we are trading higher. Now, going to the intraday charts, just take a look at the last few days. I want to show this to you guys. I'm going to shrink the charts down. Look at the reversals in this market. If you go back really to last Thursday, you had a soaring move into the close on Thursday, touching 110. From 110 on Friday, you went down to 106 and change. Then on Monday, you bottomed out at 106 and change and went all the way back to 107. Then you gapped down and all of a sudden found yourself below 106 and reversed all the way back up to about the high from yesterday's gap up at 109, at which point you reversed back to 106 and change, and then back to 110 today. I mean, it has truly been a wild market for the ages in this respect, folks. It has been out of control. The volatility, the markets net are not really going anywhere. I mean, if you take a look back here from last Thursday to this Thursday, we're actually at the exact same level that we were at before a week ago. But here we are. But look at all the action you've seen in between. And again, we nailed the SDS earlier in the week on the fall. We were long a couple small cap China plays going into the last few days. Those are making us good money as well. It's all about positioning yourselves for the short-term trade. And that's exactly what we're here to do, folks. I couldn't care less about long-term investing. Long-term investing is dead. Finally, people in the media are coming out and telling you that. We've been saying it for the last couple of years, making money hand over fist because of this type of market environment. We continue to do it in the research center. For those of you that are not within the money stocks, you want to get involved in that research center. It has guidance, analysis, teaching, and education, as well as stock trades, swing trades, the short-term trades, and obviously the chat room has the day trades. It's all there. It's all for the taking, all for the profitable player, or at least the one that wants to be profitable out there. All right, now a couple other things. Obviously, we've seen the volatility. Let's zoom in on today. Notice again the gap up. The gap up takes us to this pivot. We just surge all the way up. We take out yesterday's high of the day. Where do we go? This pivot top, 110. Now, 110 is a very key level. We came up just underneath it. Look at 110. And this is why I keep on telling you guys about the whippiness of this market. You can see it here. Down, up, down, up, down, up. All within basically a 4% up and 4% down type move in the markets. And this is the pivot top that you're watching. This is the key level, folks. This 110 level from the pivots of the 13th, 14th, and 15th. Today, now the 22nd of July. That's where we sit just underneath it. Now, if you break out above this level, this is going to be a big move to the upside. So watch that very closely. If you can't break up, you could easily fall back down to these lower level blue slanted trend lines. And again, watch for the volatility to continue. I want to stress that, folks. The volatility is not going to go anywhere. You're going to continue to see it. You got to be ready for it. You got to trade it appropriately so you can bank tons of money off of it. But again, understand that this market isn't going to just start going up or sideways to up for the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's more likely going to chop around and continue to be volatile as long as you continue to get earnings, economic reports, stuff out of Europe, stuff out of Asia. We had China news earlier a few days ago. Now we have European news. Before that, we had economic news in the U.S. that was not very good. And then all that added to earnings from the likes of IBM and Intel and Texas Instruments and Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, all of these continue to add to that pot of volatility, which is going to keep you on your toes as traders. And again, that's what we're here to do, manage this and continue to make money in it. 8 to 9 winners out of every 10. That's my goal. That's what I do, folks. And I'll continue to do it no matter what type of market we're in. Now, let's go back to the intraday. I want to talk a little bit more. We have some big winners in the day. There's a couple key stocks that are a little on the weaker side as well. One stock that I think is of note to talk about on the weak side is Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs was up earlier in the day, but did come down. It's just flat on the day now, just up 19 cents. However, JP Morgan is doing well today, up about $1. That's a nice little move on JPM. What other stocks are making moves today? Let's take a look. You can see Chevron, commodity stocks are having a great day. Now, why would commodity stocks have a great day? Commodity stocks are having a great day because the overall dollar is getting hit. That means commodities will go up in response to the dollar's weakness. If commodities are rising, if oil is rising, you will have a positive move on commodity stocks most likely. Plus, ever since we got that news out of China that they were thinking about, the speculation that they were going to lift the kind of the push or keeping hands down on the housing developments there in China, which again would ignite the commodity plays in China, and obviously China being a huge consumer of commodities would be positive for all commodities all over the world, commodity stocks all over the world. That was a big announcement just the other day, and ever since then, stocks like U.S. Steel, take a look at U.S. Steel, has just ripped higher. Take a look at the daily on U.S. Steel. Truly an amazing chart. Look at this move up, pull back, and then again, the announcement of China came right here, and look at the move on the U.S. Steel. AK Steel, same type of chart. Look at that. SCCO, Southern Copper, same thing. Look at the last couple days ever since that announcement on China. And also it makes me believe that some of these Chinese plays will continue to run higher, and I do expect them to run higher in that response. All right, you have good stocks like CNAM. CNAM, low-end China Armco Metals. Again, very, very key play here that has 1 million shorts in it. I think the float is something like 9 million or so, 10 million float. So again, this at any point could squeeze. You have other stocks like CDII. These are all on the low end of these Chinese plays. And if this is true about China loosening its grasp on keeping growth in check, you will see these stocks literally go up 25-50% in my opinion. And again, once the short squeeze takes hold, it's off to the races. So keep an eye on those. CIIC is another one, China Infrastructure Investment. That's another nice little chart. I love the consolidation going on here with the two moving averages below. But when one of them goes, they're all going to go essentially. I mean, that's the way it works with these plays. And again, follow them closely, and you may be able to make a little money or join the research center, and I'll give you guys the stocks that I've been playing. And again, I'm really on China, the Chinese stocks, there's a lot of cheap stocks. I mean, we talked about them. I've actually picked up another key stock in the Chinese sector or the Chinese market today in the hot charts and alerts. If you want that, you have to go into the hot charts and alerts and pay for the research center and get access to it. But that adds to it. Now I have 4 plays that I'm holding that are Chinese plays. And again, I still like them. I still think they're going to be big plays in the coming weeks and coming months as China kind of rebounds here. And again, as the markets continue to rebound, China's had 3 consecutive up days. That's been very, very positive for it as well. These should be very, very good. And again, I'd say the favorite for it would be these, the CNAM, the CDII. Those are probably the 2 favorites because they're very, very profitable and continue to look very, very good. Other than that, folks, you have some big runners here. Take a look at this stock today. Daystar Technologies. Daystar Technologies is a small solar micro cap, up $1.28 to $2.68. It hit a high of $3.15 today. This just yesterday, as of the open, was basically trading around $1.03, $1.05. Today, it hit $3 and change. Do you realize what type of movement that is? That's basically a 200% movement on that stock. That told me to give my chat room the ESLR, Evergreen Solar. That got a beautiful pop today intraday. Take a look. We talked about it earlier at a price of 66 cents. It ran all the way to 72 cents for a 10% gain. Huge move there. Nice profits in the bank. What else do we have here, folks? Again, let's take a look at some other plays. AKNS, I should say, is another small cap. It's flat today, but look at the move it's had off the lows. We can talk about another Chinese one, CTDC, excuse me. There's another China Solar. You can see this China Solar starting to go. If you look at some of the larger cap China Solars, they've been off the charts. Look at that chart of TSL, Trina Solar. Unbelievable movement right there, folks. And that's just a beautiful thing to watch and behold. You can take a look at other ones. How about SOLF? Take a look at that chart. The solar companies all around, even FSLR, First Solar, have been doing very, very well because all of a sudden you're having, a lot of, in Europe, the subsidies aren't really going to go totally away. They're keeping them. Especially after the Gulf spill, people are not abandoning alternate energy, and that's going to be very positive for these solars. It has been. I don't like any solar that's up as much as this one or any of the others that are up. I don't like. The ones on the dead lows, that's a different story. They could have a little bit of a short-term run. Remember, I'm a short-term swing trader. I pick up something for a couple days to a week or two. That's the max of it, and that's all I'm looking for. So again, these type of plays are due for a little bit of a pullback. Some of the other ones look like they still could get a little bit of a move. So we'll keep an eye on them, continue to follow them, and make money off of them. All right, what else do we have today, folks? USO, I talked about oil. Oil is having a big pop today. The USO up $1.30. Gold, GLD, is up $1.28. That's a nice move as well. Why is gold up today? Chances are because the dollar's getting pounded. So people are running into gold, obviously, in response, or gold is appreciating in response. There's some good plays out there, folks. Join the chat room. I can't stress that enough. Intraday stock chat is so key. And also the Research Center as I post some of these small caps that are now waking up. By the way, one of the key stocks that I've loved since it was right down here, look at this. This is another big winner from the Research Center. I gave this in multiple videos each night, continuing to talk about it. And take a look. Gave it at 280, 285. It was actually on the Pro Trader watch list. And look at this today. Hit 393, a dollar gain on a $2.85 stock. These are just a little bit of the example of what type of money you're able to make and what you should be making. All right, folks, that's enough for today. Take care. Have a great day. Join the Research Center. Join the stock chat. We'll talk to you then.